Hello world, Shelly here, and today I thought we would check out some new drugstore makeup. Most of it is new, some of it is just new to me, but most of it is new. I'll tell you about the anniversary giveaway celebration for my 8 years on YouTube / hitting 40,000 subscribers, and hopefully we'll find some gems amongst these new things. I've got some Wet n Wild, I've got some Maybelline, I've got some CoverGirl, I've got some Lottie London, I've got some Essence, I've got some e.l.f. We got some stuff. So, let's do this. Now, this one's not super new. I just have had it sitting here and haven't tried it. The e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I don't think it's new. I think it's like kinda new, like within a year new, but I don't think it's like super duper new. I'm just thinking we're gonna do like a pretty basic neutral-ish face today. Nothing super, I'm not going for full beat. We're just gonna go a little bit. Now, that smells nice and fresh. It does have that grip. It feels grippy. Grippy grip. There's a primer I've actually used in videos before, but I'm going to call it out right here and use it because I really like it. So you know I love the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer in a tube. Well, this is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer in a stick, and I was not expecting it to be a cooling primer. And it is, and it feels so good. So I usually just take it on my smile lines and my pores right here at the front of my cheeks, but then I take it under my eyes because it feels so good. It has that like chill to it, like actively cooling. It just feels really good. And so I thought I'd make sure that you all know about this because it feels so nice. The one in the tube is not cooling in any way, so it's a little bit different. It blurs just as well. They're very, very good. Now, foundation, I've been using this. I have a whole review on this one. Love it. I've been wearing it to work a lot until the semester ended. Woo! Thank goodness we're done for a little while. Well, I'm teaching a summer class for a few more weeks, but after that, we're done. This is the Illuminance Serum Tint from Revlon, and I like to just go in, apply it with my fingertips. It's like super easy to just rock and roll and be really fast and get out the door. It also wears just fine as concealer. Even, when you put it like directly in your eye like I just did. I don't recommend that, but, it could be worse. I'm not screaming in pain. But it's very, very easy to just get going and be fast and not have to worry about all the precision. But you still get a nice bit of coverage. I am going to take a little bit more under my eyes because your girl has not been sleeping so much. I did sleep quite a bit last night. I kind of slept like the dead. Got my whole 9 hours last night, but that was the first time in a long time. When I go so long that my average gets to the 7-hour mark, like my average for the week, then yeah, we're not sleeping enough, y'all. I am a 9-hour sleeper. Well, at least I'm in bed for 9 hours. I'm one of those people that needs to get my minimum 8 hours of sleep, or I am just useless. Just useless. See, it's just a nice little bit of coverage. Evens everything out. It's not fussy. I like that. All right, this one's new from Essence. It is the Kissed by the Light Illuminating Bronzer. Don't mind me. Not only have I not done my nails, but my hands are a freaking mess. I've been doing a lot of tie-dye. And you just, no matter how many times I tell myself, wear gloves every time you touch anything, I'll be like, oh, I can just grab this real quick. It'll be fine. It'll wash off. No, it won't wash off. And then I get all kinds of dye in and under my nails. And then this hand, can you see that? Can you see the giant bruise on my hand? I whacked my hand when I was setting up one of my vendor event displays last weekend, and oh my gosh, my hand is so mad at me. Like, it looks like I had IVs or something. Like, you know how whenever they're trying to take my blood for blood tests or whatever, no one can ever get a vein. The veins in my arms are deep, and like, I'm the person that ends up being a pincushion, and 4 different, people have to come and attempt it. And like, they finally have to go get the super pro genius person, whoever's like the best at doing needle sticks. And yeah, so that's what it looks like. Someone was butchering my hand. No, I just whacked it on the edge of my wooden t-shirt display, and it hurt. And I have the evidence to prove it. I can't get this open. I just opened. There we go. I just opened it before I sat down to film to make sure I could open it and not look like a fool. I look like a fool anyway, right, Ziva? Today is Ziva's birthday. Say happy birthday, Ziva. You're 11 years old, right? Yes. 11 years old. She's 11 years old. Now, how do I want to go in on this? I think I'm going to go across all the rays, all the sun rays, to use it like as a bronzer. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go on the sun rays. Because I'm thinking you could go into that little sunshine part as highlight, if you wanted to. Ooh, I really like that this does have, because of that little red stripe in there, it's got a bit of a red undertone to it. And when you have fair skin, that's a beautiful thing for a bronzer, because think about when you're out in the sun. Bronzer is supposed to mimic what it looks like when you've been out in the sun for a little while. When us pale, fair-skinned people are out in the sun, we usually don't automatically turn bronzy. We turn red. We burn more than we bronze. So in order for a bronzer to look natural to the way the sun reacts to our skin, it's got to have a little bit of red to it. And so I'm always on the hunt for red undertone bronzers, because they're actually pretty rare. The Balm Desert is one of my favorites. It's one of the only ones. I mean, there are some out there, but it's one of the best. And this one has a little bit of a red undertone. This, I am going to wear the heck out of this. The only thing I'm finding is that, have you noticed how many times I've had to dip back in? Which, not a bad thing. It means you're never going to go overboard and put too much product on all at one time, And that can be good, especially if you're new to using bronzer and you don't want to go ham too quickly. But yeah, I like that tone. That's awesome. I am so glad I got that. Because I almost didn't, because in the pictures, I got it on CVS's website, in the pictures it looked a little warmer toned, like oranger, and I almost didn't buy it. I'm glad I did buy it, because I like that a lot. That's nice. That's nice. Alright, I've used this once before on my channel. It's not as bold, or, this is a funny statement coming from me. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Lip and Cheek Color. And I don't like a lot of blush, because my face gets red whenever I work out, exercise, talk. You can probably see my nose gets red as our talking goes on. My nose just turns red. So I don't usually like a lot of blush, because kids used to make fun of me when I was little for my red face. And but this one is not very pigmented. It doesn't get super bold, and so I think I actually feel like I wish it was a little bit darker, which is funny for someone like me to say that, because I never say that about blush. But if you're looking for something super subtle, it is actually very nicely subtle. It doesn't build up a ton. So it's not just a matter of just keep putting it on and layer it and you'll get there. It doesn't really get there. It kind of stays that same subtle bit. But I think I can put a little bit more on this side. Well, I didn't mean to put that much, so we're going to move some over here. Well, let's see. You can witness whether it builds up or not. It's also a little bit more peachy than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be a little more pink than peach, but it is a little more peach. But it's not too peach. It's just a little peachy. So just know that if that's what you're going for. They have other shades as well. But this is the only one I got. So like that's about as much blush as it's going to give you, which is good for a natural kind of a look. Now, this is also Wet n Wild, and I've used this a handful of times. I don't think I've used it in a video, but I've used it myself. The Glow in Love Radiance Liquid, and it's got some skincare in it, 4% niacinamide, 8% glycerin, so it's just like a hydrating. When I bought this, I was thinking of this, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a little bit darker, and well, I mean, I've got two shades of this. This is shade 1, I've also got shade 2. This one's also a little darker than shade 2. And this you can kind of use more liberally across areas of your face because it's not super shimmery. This one does have some like glitter shimmer to it. So you can't really go everywhere unless you want to be glowy, like festival glowy kind of a look. But it's really pretty. And it does a little bit of that same sort of like, I don't know, smoothing, nice accentuation that the Hollywood Flawless Filter does. The only thing you gotta watch for is that it's very liquidy. And so as you apply it, make sure you kind of blend it out downward into your blush because it's pretty easy to accidentally take away your blush. Now, since I'm using a cream blush, I'm not as worried about it. But when you do a powder blush with this, I would recommend putting this sort of highlight on first and then put your powder blush on because you can end up wiping away the blush if you're not careful. And I like to take just a dab and get the bridge of my nose. It's just kind of nice. It's not quite highlight, you know, it's good for those, you know, no makeup days, those light face makeup days. But see how it just gives like a little oomph, like a little bit of glow? It's really pretty. I've been using it quite a bit. All right, before we do eyeshadow, let's do brows because Maybelline has a new one out. The Super Lock Brow Glue. Let's try it. I haven't done anything to this hot mess of brows. And I liked in the pictures, and I like it looking at it now, I'm pulling it out for the first time, that it has the tiny little brush. The Wet n Wild Brow Gel has a little brush like this, and I like it. They called it glue, which makes me think it should keep these brows up. And I have very heavy brow hairs. I made it through the 90s without plucking my brows. Ooh, I feel the lift. This might be good. This might be good. I need serious hold. My favorite is the e.l.f. Brow Lift. It's one of the only things that will hold my brows up all day, where they don't fall down. We'll find out because basically it's either going to be able to hold my brows or by the end of this video they'll already be falling down. That's just how it is, especially up front here. And I feel like they are staying up. We'll see. This side falls down the worst. But I can kind of feel it setting down. And it feels like glue drying, which, you know, that might not be for everyone, but that's what I want. Like, that's what I'm going for. I need hold. I survived without plucking all my brows out because I really wasn't into that pencil thin brow look in the 90s, which I know is coming back now, but you know, if you overpluck, sometimes they don't come back. So I'm glad I made it through without plucking my eyebrows out because I'm very happy with my brows now. My brows are inspired by Mel Thompson. Rest in peace. Gosh, I was so jealous of her eyebrows, and I spent literally years trying to get my brows to brush up the way hers did, and they're not as good as hers, but I'm happy with my brows these days. I've trained them. It's been a couple years, but I trained them. All right, I don't know if this is going to work. This is from e.l.f. It's the No Budge Cream Eyeshadow. And I got it in, it's called Wispy Cloud or something like that. It's, of course it's not on the package because they never put it on the package. But I'm hoping this can be an eye primer. Kind of like a MAC paint pot. They had like a beigeish shade, but it was not the right tone for my skin. So I got the white one, which might be a little bit obnoxious. Underneath, you might, like, I don't know. We might not be doing enough. Whoa. There's a lot. That's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing dark enough eyeshadow to, to make this work. I can't use all this. Hold on. I need to get Kleenex. I need to wipe some of this off. This is going to be, that's a lot. Well, maybe it's not. It's kind of blending out. So, I don't know. I just want to try it. I'm going to try it as an eye primer. That was my thought. Because it says it's primer infused, and it says it's no budge. And actually, if it works, the only downside is that it being white, I don't think I want to take it into the crease of my eye, because I think it would show. Now I've got a little bit of flaking on my lid here, and it is clinging to that. So we'll see. This might be an experiment gone bad, but we'll see. Alright, I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes from Essence. Now, the Sin City one, I had to get it because I love Las Vegas. The Welcome to Sin City looks to me like it is all shimmers. I didn't take the plastic off. It's stuck. There we go. Looks to be all shimmer shades. So I don't wear shimmers in my crease usually, so I would need to use this in conjunction with another palette. But ooh, this pink might be the winner of the whole palette right here. This lavender pink. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I'm kind of digging that. The green that's next to it, the 2 greens next to it. One is like yellow green, and one of them's, my focus, is like Irish green. Let's swatch these. Yeah, we're looking gold and green. They're not the deepest pigmented things on the planet. Let's get this one on the end too, because this looks like a brown, but it looks like it has some pink to it. Let's put this on here. It's more brown. Yeah, that's more brown. Alright. We might use one of those. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, they're not super deep in their pigmentation, but they're nice. They're smooth. They did go on smoothly. The other one I got, I've actually worn, is Welcome to Miami. And here is the color story going on here. I'm thinking I want to do just some pretty basic, you know, the taupe here. That's basically the only one we can really use as a crease shade. Crease transition. I think I'm going to stay with that. We'll use this as our light shimmer. I wish there was one lighter shimmer because that's the lightest shimmer in the palette. So that's kind of your only choice for like the main lid color if you want it to be a shimmer. Yeah, let's do some things here. Where is my Wayne Goss number 3? Now, I'm going to use this Lottie London. This is the eye foil. This is going to be my main lid color, I think. I wore this one time the other day, and it was really pretty. And as much as it looks like it could be like a really dramatic shimmer, I just wore it as like a super quick lid color with a little bit of crease, and that's it, and some mascara. And it turned out really nicely. So I think even though you might be inclined, I grabbed the number 4, it'll be fine. Even though you might be inclined to think that something so boldly glittery has to be like a whole eye look, like a whole serious made-up face, it worked really well just being my lid, you know, just being a quickie kind of a situation. These are blending nicely, but just like the shimmer, not a ton of pigmentation. I'm like digging in and blending in multiple, you know, going multiple times here into the pan. And it's pretty light, but blending just fine. Like, I already wiped out the whole bottom of the little ice cream cone or ice cream sundae milkshake imprint that was on the shadow. Yeah, these are pretty light on pigmentation. But again, that can be a good thing. It's really a personal preference, because you're very unlikely to go in with too much product on these kinds of, especially mattes that need to be built up. I think I'm gonna do the lighter of the purple here as my crease. This is my Sigma E25, my very dirty Sigma E25. I really need to wash my brushes. I don't want to go like too much of an eye look here. We're just trying to make a quick face. But you can do a nice put together look without having to take an hour to do it, you know? And honestly, personally, I think that using a little bit of color makes it look like you spent more time on your makeup than you actually did. So don't be afraid to use some color. And if you aren't used to wearing color, then I say do your makeup right before you go to bed, just to play around. And I swear, part of the problem when you feel like you can't wear certain things because you don't think they look right on you is you just haven't seen yourself in them enough to think they look right. And you just need to see yourself in it a few times, then you're like, oh, I like that. You know? It's kind of like, what is that theory with trying new foods? Like, you have to try a new food 8 or 10 times or something before you really know if you like it or not. I know they say that when you know, kids are growing up and they're learning to eat new foods and all of that. I don't know it from firsthand experience as far as kids growing up, because I have none of those. But I hear that, and it does make me try foods more than once, just for my own trying to like things. I'm gonna do that darker shade. We're eventually gonna go into the crease with that. We will use that one on the lid, and then we'll go in with our Lottie London. Actually, I might skip the shimmer. I'm just going to do the dark, what would you call this, magenta? On my outer corner. This is my Smith 253 brush. It's my favorite flat packer brush of life. Because that point is so good for the inner corner of the eye. I think I will still bring the brown in. But I'm wiping off my brush. We're going to do a little bit of that shimmer, that peachy. I don't want too much peach happening here. This isn't a super shimmery shimmer either. It's just got some flecks in it. So it might not be powerful enough for what I'm trying to use it for. You know, it's not, it's a little too flesh toned and not shimmery enough to stand up next to that deeper purple. But since I already did it on one eye, I'm going to make them even, and I'm probably going to go over most of it with that eye foil. And then we will come back and do that brown. So this is the Lottie London. I need Sherlock to help me figure out what the name of the color is. Metallic eyeshadow. Do they have the name of the color on here? Oh, Too Much. Just like the Dave Matthews song. Cannot wait till July. I have tickets to Dave Matthews. It's going to be so much fun. I don't think it'll be my 60th show. I'm going to have to go back and look at my records. It might be my 59th show, 58th show, something like that. Did I talk about the giveaway yet? I didn't. Let's do that. So, this color is so cool. I know you're not going to be able to see the duochrome on camera, but it's really nice. So, I hit my 8-year anniversary way back in February. But the end of the semester was crazy, and I was very busy. So, that coincided pretty closely with when I hit 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And so I'm doing a giveaway for the celebration. And if you follow me on Facebook, you already saw it and might have already entered because I put it up earlier today. But if you don't follow me on Facebook, you can actually get some entries into the giveaway by following me on Facebook. And so what I'm giving away, I'm going to do 2 coats. I let the first one dry down just a little bit. Now, if you don't do 2 coats of this, it's really subtle. You can make it really subtle. But if you do go in with a second coat, it's a little bit more blingy. I know I said we were going to be subtle. I changed my mind. So, the link is down in the description box. And Wayne Goss number 20. Let's go in with that brown. What am I giving away? I've got a $100 Ulta gift card. I'm just tapping in here. And this is open internationally as long as it's legal in your country. Void where prohibited, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, can't do it. So if it's not allowed in your country, then I'm sorry. But if it is allowed, if giveaways are allowed in your country, then you are eligible to enter. And so if you're international and you win the gift card, then I will substitute it with a store that, if you're in the UK and you want like Boots or, what's the name of that? Why can't I think of it? Something Brown. Brown Thomas, is that it? I'm thinking of the one in Dublin is on my mind. If you are international and you win, I will substitute it with something that ships to you. Because Ulta does not. But if you're in the US, it'll be Ulta. Because I already bought it. And I'm also going to give away... That's a nice brown. I know, I'm totally jumping all over the place. I'm sorry, you guys. I kind of like this brown. I've also got 5... I designed a t-shirt that says, "Take care of each other," with Geek Out of Water, established 2016, but that part's very small, so it... dropping things. So it's primarily says "Take care of each other" with my goldfish with the cat eye and the lipstick. And so I'll give away 5 t-shirts. I'm going to give away at least 3 skincare bundles featuring my handmade bakuchiol cream. And I will probably draw more winners than that and do more things. But I've been procrastinating putting this up because I haven't decided all the things. I haven't put together bundles or anything. But if I keep putting it off, it's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, just put it up as it is. Put this up, at least this much. And if I add more winners, I'll add more winners. But there won't be fewer than 9 winners. There will be 1 gift card, all the other stuff. Minimum of 9 people will be chosen to win. The link is in the description box below. Use a real email address because if you win, I need to email you to either get your shipping address or send you the gift card. It's a digital gift card via email. And if your email address is one of those fake ones, I can't contact you. So it'll run until June 9th, and within a week of that, I will pick the winners. I will email the winners, and if you don't email me back, then you'll have 2 days to email me, and if you don't email me back, I'm going to pick new winners. So use a real email so that I can get a hold of you if you win. And yeah, all right. So there's lots of ways to get entries. You know, the first is just enter. Give me your email address and enter. No purchase necessary for any of them. Then, like, if you follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, I don't remember what else I put on there. Follow me on Patreon. Any of those get you additional entries. You can also return to the giveaway page once per day and get one entry just for clicking the main link. So, yeah. Where's my... There we go. CoverGirl. Whoa, wrong side. Wrong side. This is the Perfect Point Plus. I'm going to tightline just a little bit. So, yeah, enter the giveaway. It's open now through June 9th, 2024. It is open internationally as long as it's legal in your country. Void where prohibited. I will pick at least 9 winners within a week of June 9th. And I thank you for your support. Because without you, I would just be talking to myself here. And I'm not going to lie, I talk to myself a lot. But it is nowhere near as fun as having you guys to hang out in the comments with. Because that is one of my favorite things to do in life. Of all things. CoverGirl, Cleantopia. I actually already have one of these open somewhere, and I can't find it, so I opened a new one because I bought it forgetting that I already had it. I love this kind of brush. Big, chunky hourglass brush is my favorite. Because for some reason, I very rarely poke myself in the eye with these. I'm notorious for poking myself in the eye with mascara wands. I don't know why. I just do. It's not intentional. That's nice. One coat. I already know I like this one. Maybe that's why I bought it again. Instead of... I thought I hadn't tried it, but really my brain was telling me I already knew I liked it. But I also love the packaging. It's kind of textured. It feels very nice to hold. They've got ceramides and some aloe in this formula. Good for your lashes. It's, you know, CoverGirl, so you know they are now vegan. Everything of theirs is vegan. Which is awesome. Or everything's cruelty-free. I don't think everything's vegan. This one, though, I think is vegan. Maybe they are all vegan. Now I can't remember. They're definitely cruelty-free. Completely. The whole brand. Pretty sure this is vegan as well. So there's that part. Alright. I've got from Maybelline. I don't think this is a new product because I'm pretty sure I already have some of these shades. But I think it's a new shade. This is the Vinyl Ink. And I think these are supposed to be like long wearing, but, you know, vinyl style, like glossy looking lip color. What color did I get? Well, I thought that was going to be the color, but it's not. It's on the bottom. 95 Captivated. I wish Maybelline would go cruelty-free. Now, I was hoping that this would be a nice neutral nude. It smells like chocolate. I don't know if these dry down or like, is it going to behave like a liquid lip? I don't know. I don't know. This color's not quite right with this eye look. I feel like with a different eye look, I could pull the color off, but I feel like it's a little light for me. I feel like it is drying down like a liquid lip, but I feel like I need to pink it up some. But I don't think I have any Drugstore. Now that blush I could use as lip as well. But I usually don't like to mix and match like that. Do I have something to not touch this on? Oh well, we're just gonna touch it. Let's try to pink this up a bit. The texture of this lip is really strange because it feels like it's drying down, but it does have a smooth finish to it, not like a dry liquid lip. I don't think I can take myself seriously with this lip color. I think I have to wipe it off. It's too peachy. It's too orangey peachy and a little too light for me. I like darker lip color. It smells really good though. Okay, this is not Drugstore, but it's one of my favorites, so I'm just gonna use this one. Lawless. Forget the filler. I think this is shade Velvet. I'm pretty sure this is Velvet. Perfect. Nice, cool tone. Oh man, did I get this on my face? I think I did. That's better. That's better. Alright, there's one other thing here to try. I got this at CVS as well. From Lottie London, it's the Outer Banks The Gold. And I think this is like body glitter oil. What is it called? Multi-purpose dry oil, face, body, and hair. Huh. It is a squalane oil. You know I love squalane. I'm going to guess that the squalane is not the main oil. It's got to be down on the list here. Let's see. Ingredients. Yeah. It's well, it's before avocado oil, but it's the second to last oil. Right before the micas that give you the color and the shimmer. Way at the bottom, but I expected that. But I'm okay. I'm here for it. Give me some squalane. I'm all right. Let's put this on the tattoos and see what they look like. Oh man, is that the wrapper or is this cracked? Maybe it's the wrapper. Oh, it is the wrapper, I think. Or it's a piece of tape somehow. I thought it was cracked and I was going to be sad because I just got it. It's brand new. But that means it's probably going to be hard to get the top off. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm not sure what the easiest way to do this is going to be. I mean, it looks like I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to take this part off? Doesn't seem like I'm supposed to. It seems like there's a hole in it, but maybe this is actually a stopper. Oh, it is a stopper. And it stays on, so you're not going to lose it. Okay. This makes more sense now. Let's get a bit onto my hand. They call it a dry oil, so that implies that we should be able to like put it on and not be all greasy. I would say that's accurate. What do you think? It's not as glittery as I anticipated based on what it looks like in the bottle. I'm just gonna put some right on my arm. Which is kind of good. Like, I don't think I wanted it to be as glittery as the bottle had it looking. I just want it to be like light reflective. Let's get some on here. It feels nice. Not a super strong scent to it. It does have added fragrance and it smells kind of coconutty, but kind of like almost coconut crossed with vanilla, but not super strong at all. Like I can barely tell that it's fragranced. That does look quite nice. And I like that it's not a super strong scent. We're going to put some on my dad too. That's my dad right there. Hey Dad, want some glitter? He's like, no. I also got orange dye all over my arm because, well, at that point I was wearing gloves, but not long enough gloves, and then I got the dye all over my arm. But the funny thing about having your arms tattooed when you mess around with tie-dye is that nobody knows my dad's not orange. You can still see a little bit of the orange left. Don't lick my ear, you gross. You grossness. But it just looked like my dad was orange, that's all. You know, nobody really, if you don't know that he wasn't orange, then you wouldn't know. All right, I like that. I was a little confused to start, but I think that's nice because it's going to keep it from leaking. And yeah. Outer Banks, I think this is from the Netflix show. I think it's a collab with them. I don't watch that show, but all right, I like that. I think that looked really nice. And I would call it dry touch because even my hands you can barely tell that I just touched oil. You know, like, no, there's no real greasy, like I would pick up my phone right now and use it. I don't feel like there's any greasy residue at all. That's pretty nice. All right, should we take the ears off? Now, they say you can put that oil in your hair. Maybe I'll just run my hands over my hair. Oh, I can kind of see it. I need to wash my hair anyway, but I don't think doing it into your bangs would be the best idea because it would probably make them oily. But my hair's so dry that I could probably get away with it. Because you see, it did kind of like give me a little oily, not oily, but like little clumpy texture. That's not the right word either. What do you think? I'm pleased. All right, I think the big winner here is definitely this bronzer for fair skin. If you are going for a little bit of that red undertone, Bravo Essence, love that. Second time I've used this eyeshadow palette, it's okay. It doesn't have the payoff in the mattes or the shimmers that I like. However, if you do prefer the buildable, like multi-layered kind of eyeshadow, it's good for that, for sure. I love this Wet n Wild Glow in Love. I've been wearing it a ton. I think it's beautiful. I actually do think that this cream shadow from e.l.f. could work as a primer because I can't tell that it was white. I'm going to keep playing with that. I'm on the fence with the vinyl ink lip. It's a little weird feeling. I already told you I love the Revlon Illuminance. I've got a full review of this if you want to see it for a whole day wear, but I've been wearing it a ton. This one's a win. Definitely like it. I picked it up at CVS. I already knew that I liked the CoverGirl mascara. What else did we try? Ooh, I really like this Lottie London eye foil because I've worn it a few times now and I like it. Definitely, if you like cooling primers, get yourself that Wet n Wild stick. Oh, we should have a drinking game. Every time I drop something, drink. Now I forgot. What was I just... There we go. We gotta check my brows. Did they stay up? They totally did. Yes. Oh, this might... Okay, so here's the thing. There is a cat hair on my tongue. Not anymore. I love the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I don't love the pot application because you have to remember your spoolie. Then your spoolie gets all dirty. But it's the best product for keeping my brows up. If this keeps my brows up as well as this is going to be the new winner because I much prefer a nice, tiny, built-in spoolie. I'm going to have to do a full day wear test on this because, let me feel them. I think this would hold all day. Oh, Maybelline. You might have just knocked Elf out of the best seat in the house. This one's been my favorite for a minute. Oh, that might be good. So if you got thick brows like I do, let me know. Have you tried it? Let me know. All right. I dropped it, but I caught it. There you have it. Yay for Drugstore makeup being good. I always love a good bargain. I do kind of like that. That brown is the right brown for this eye look. I'm liking that brown. It goes really well with that Lottie London. I really like this stuff. I really like this eye foil. Go enter the giveaway. Make sure you use a valid email address. Otherwise, I cannot tell you that you won. It's open until June 9th, 2024, if you're watching this sometime in the future. And thank you, everybody, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. Ooh, the e.l.f. primer, also good. I appreciate all of you, whether you watch, whether you like, whether you share, whether you shop on my shop, whether you're on my Patreon, whether you've joined the channel here on YouTube. Any which way helps me. Watching helps the algorithm. Commenting helps the algorithm. Liking helps the algorithm. Sharing gets more people to see my work. I appreciate you in any which way, because if you're here watching this all the way at the end of this video, you are especially awesome. Thank you, because I get so much joy out of making this content, trying out all the new makeup and skincare, sharing what I know with you, interacting with you guys in the comments, interacting via email, messaging you on Facebook or on Instagram. I know I'm so slow at getting to my messages. I get to them eventually. I usually do. Most of them. I try to keep up. I'm just one person. I try really hard. But thank you, because I get so much joy out of this, and it gives me purpose. It gives me joy, especially when I'm having a bad day, when life is rough. You guys are there, and I just appreciate you. When I say that in every video, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all of you. Like, I appreciate what you bring to my life. So, thank you. From the depths of my heart, from my deep, dark, black soul. It's the old goth kid in me, like... From the black heart inside my body. I can't help it. The goth kid is dramatic. But thank you. I appreciate you. All of you. And thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Join the giveaway. Get some free stuff. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.